Okay, we are live. Now let's see how long it takes if we get anybody in here. We have 0 watchers. No one's here yet. Let's see. Surprise, I'm live. Okay, no watchers yet. Oh, there's someone. There's 2. Holy cow, here we go already. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Surprise live stream now. What's going on, guys? How is everybody? Titanic Kid, I see you. Historic Kid, hello. YouTube time. Whoop, 18 already. Holy cow, it's like flooding in here. Holy cow. How is everybody tonight? How is everybody? What's going on? Whoa, 63 already. Holy cow. Whoa. Okay, hang on. I did not expect this. Oh my gosh. The chat just like exploded instantly. Holy cow. So yeah, this is just a real quick little live stream. I just thought I'd come live for a little bit. For those of you guys who don't know, I am currently in Los Angeles. I am at a YouTube convention called Vid Summit. So that's why I haven't been too active. I think most of you have already seen my, you guys have already seen my Queen Mary video. But yep, I'm still here and I just thought I'd come on live and see how everybody's doing today. Emily, whoa, hello. Hi, guys. Jonah, hello. Jack, hey, Sam, how's LA? It's doing good. The YouTube convention's really good. I've been meeting a lot of big YouTubers and a lot of insiders. Don't know if you guys know who this is. Yeah, I talked to him earlier today. Does anybody know who he is? Does anybody know? John Phillips, hello from Wales. Hello. Ace, hello. Historic Travels, how was the Queen Mary? I didn't get to board the ship, but I did take a look and just see the ship briefly. I talked to the security guard there. But yeah, it looked okay from what I could tell of it. I wasn't allowed to go on board. Brandon, can you do a video on the USS Olympia? The USS Olympia, I'm not that familiar with it. Let's take a look. The USS Olympia. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, there will be another live stream on Sunday. This is just a real quick little mini thing I was going to do. I'm not going to be live for, excuse me. I'm not going to be live for very long. I just thought I'd come online and say hello to everybody since my uploads have been a little stale this week. You know, I'm well, not stale, but I haven't been as active as I normally am just because I've been busy. Let's see here. Krista, I think starting the live stream around this time is more suitable for European people. Yeah, that's true. I do need to start doing some earlier live streams just because, you know, all my audience over in Europe. I'm in California right now, so it's 1:50 p.m. here, 1:47 p.m., close enough. So, you know, I operate on Eastern time normally, so that's just how all that goes. I usually stick to the same schedules. Dave, can you recommend a good Titanic video game or simulator where you can walk through the ship similar to the old Adventure Out of Time? As far as a dedicated game, I don't believe there is one yet. There's just the demo from Titanic Honor and Glory. That's the best one that I've seen to date. Liam, how was your trip to the Queen Mary? I've never been to the actual ship. Man, I'm jealous. I do have a Titanic shelf. The best trip that I had to the Queen Mary was about 1.5 years ago when I went to the ship and was able to stay on board and everything. The security guard definitely wasn't too thrilled with me being there. I could say that. I'm like, where can I go? Where can I take pictures? Like, is there any chance I could just go up on the gangway and take some pictures of the ship? And he's like, no, you cannot do that. I mean, like he was very short with me, so I didn't push it. Let's see. Jess, have you watched Titanic and Britannic movie? I have seen the Titanic movie. Not all of them, but I've seen several of them. I have not seen the Britannic movie. I've just seen clips of it. And the chat is still pretty active, even with slow mode. Holy cow. Titanic Kid Productions. Sam, have you seen the new Lego Titanic leak? Yes, I have. I don't know if it's true or not, but I already did try to call Lego and see if I could get a review unit. The lady I talked to said she didn't even know if it was coming out. YouTube timestamps. Realistically, do you think the Queen Mary will be funded for the repairs she needs to reopen? I hope so. I mean, I really do hope that the Queen Mary will get the funding she needs to reopen. But, you know, there aren't a lot of people out there who are very sentimental about things. And, you know, LA's got a lot of other more important things that they're dealing with right now. And they're still dealing with COVID and everything else. So to get the Queen Mary the funding she needs, I did see that I believe they passed a $2.5 million budget just to keep the ship sustained for the next 6 months. I did find an article about that. But that's all I've seen. I don't know if they're going to get the $25 million. Jess, can you make more Britannic videos? I will as soon as I can. I'm going to do another more in-depth video on the Britannic. Emily, the Britannic movie is pretty meh. That's a lot of movies. Do not watch Titanic 2. Or was it Titanic 2 or I think it was Titanic too, but anyway, whatever it was like they filmed it on the Queen Mary and then they just photoshopped Titanic 2 over the Queen Mary logo. As soon as I saw that, I turned the movie off. I'm like, I can't even. Anyway, let's see here. We got that one. We got that one. Ellen, the Queen Mary probably has insurance issues. I've heard of that too. I mean, you just have to think about everything that they're dealing with the Queen Mary. In case y'all can't tell, I am in a hotel room, so sorry about the lighting. Let's see here. Nicholas, where did you buy the Titanic models? Greeting from Brazil. Greetings from Los Angeles, California. I bought them on the Titanic Honor and Glory store. That's where I picked those up. But just be warned that if you do purchase those models, you'll end up probably having to wait about 2 years before they come in. So just keep that in mind. Anybody got any ship questions or Titanic questions you'd like to ask me? Little Good Doctor, hi Sam. Can you make a video on John Edward Jones? I'm not that familiar with him. I think I've heard the name before. John Edward Jones. Is he Titanic related? John Edward Jones. Oh, Captain Smith. Captain Smith. Did you just reword his name so I wouldn't catch it? Edward John Smith. You just reworked his name a bit so I wouldn't notice that it was Captain Smith, right? Haha. Smooth. Let's see. Dingo. Hey Sam. Please do a video on Pasha Bowler. I'm not familiar with that. Pasha Bowler. Let's see. I'll look at that in a little bit, but I'll take a look at it then, Dingo. Lady, it's a pure miracle that the Queen Mary has survived and that it's in the state that it's in for a nearly 90-year-old ship. Yes, that is true. It is pretty lucky that the Queen Mary is still here and it is in as good of shape as it is. Because look at the USS United States. I mean, the United States is in horrible, horrible condition right now. And I mean, ugh. Let's see. Aiden Film Studio. Hi, Sam. I'm making a book on Titanic for my class. That's awesome. I hope it goes well. Let's see. Russia. What do you think about the U.S. United States? I think it's a beautiful ship. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful ship. You know, I wish they could take better care of it, but I understand why they don't. You know, it's very hard to take care of a famous ocean liner like that. Rich, have you heard about the Lego Titanic set releasing soon? Everybody's been asking me about that. Yes, I have been trying to. I already called Lego. I was trying to see if I could get a review copy sent to me so I could do a video on it. From the screenshots I've seen of it, it looks really cool. But yeah, Vid Summit's been going really good. I've been meeting a lot of YouTubers. I did learn a tip that a certain big YouTuber, aka Mr. Beast, might be doing something with an ocean liner soon, or a shipwreck. I did hear something about that. But that's all I know. Mr. Beast is here, and a bunch of other big YouTubers are here. Aaron, Sam, do you know if there's workers list for men that worked on the Titanic? Do you know if there's a workers list for the men that worked on the Titanic? My great-grandfather was a foreman on the keel. As far as I know, I believe Encyclopedia Titanica has the complete list on everybody who worked on the Titanic, you know, or as the biggest list that you could be expected, you know what I mean? I believe Encyclopedia Titanica is the best place to go. Emily, whoa, wait, what? Yeah, I didn't talk to Mr. Beast, but I talked to a member of his staff. He has a table set up down in the lobby, and I was talking to members of his crew. And yes, I took that picture. Mr. Beast is here, and I took that picture earlier today. And they were just saying that I went over and talked to his staff and introduced myself and just like, hey, I do maritime history videos and everything like that. And they started asking me questions if I knew any shipwrecks or any interesting shipwrecks that they thought that they could go out and document, make a good video. So there may be a shipwreck video coming, and who knows? Oh, I got a super chat. Electro Bro 5, thank you so much. Thanks, Electro. Hey Sam, if a ship was to sink into the Marianas Trench, do you think that it would survive the pressure at that depth? Good question. So here's the thing about pressure. It doesn't matter how deep you are, and Electro, thank you for the super chat. It doesn't matter how deep a ship goes. If a ship is full of water, it can go as deep as you want, and the pressure will not do anything to it. The only time pressure acts on an object is if that object still has air in it. So if the ship is completely flooded and there's water on the outside, water on the inside, there's nothing for the pressure to push against because the pressure inside the ship matches the pressure on the outside. So now if you have a ship that sinks and it goes to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, and it has air pockets in it, that thing's going to get crushed like a tin can. So it's just going to pop. So yeah, if a ship was fully flooded with water and it went to the bottom of the trench, it'd be fine. There'd be no difference on it being 7 miles. Is it 7 miles? Something like that. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear those doors, but this room is not that soundproof. But yeah, there'd be no difference. There would be no difference on that. Good question. Great question. Show. Hi, Sam. Finally made it to a live stream. Welcome, Show. How are you doing? Mark T. Or wait. Let's see. Mark T. Hi, Sam. I was wondering if there were any pets that survived the sinking of the Titanic. I believe so. A few small dogs survived the sinking, but not much else. Just the ones that could fit into the lifeboats. There wasn't that much of a pet survival rate. The Endingo Show 3, thank you so much. I actually meant the Pasha Bulker. I'm not familiar with that. Let's see. Let's do the quick little Google foo and see what you're talking about. Let's see. Pasha Bulker, what is this? The MV Drake. That's what it pulled up. The MV was previously known as the MV Drake, previously known as Pasha Bulker. It was a Panamax bulk carrier, 76,000 tons. Did it beach itself? From the pictures here, it looks like it beached itself. I need to do some more research into this, but yeah, I'll definitely look at doing a video on it. I do need to cover some freighters a little bit more. Let's go ahead and add this to the famous list. But yeah, this, hang on a second, video ideas, there we go. I'm all turned around because I'm in California right now. And paste, boom. I'll be flying home tomorrow. So don't worry, guys, there will be another live stream on Sunday, just like normal routine. I didn't miss any other super chats, did I, while I was working on that? No, I did not. Great. And good timing, another super chat. Jack5, thank you so much. What was it like to fly over the desert? I'd love to visit that part of America one day. It's cool. If you fly from the East Coast to the West Coast, as soon as you fly over the Rockies and stuff, like in like Colorado and all that, it's like there's a big line that goes straight through the United States. And on one side, you've got desert. On the other side, you've got forest. So it's like I can always... The plane I was on didn't have a TV or anything, so you could monitor the flight's progress. But I could tell about where I was because I looked out the window and I could see the desert and the landscape. So I'm like, okay, so we're getting there. It's definitely that's the best way to figure it out. And it's really cool to fly over the deserts. But you also have to remember that's nothing new to me because I lived for 9 months in a little town called Safford when I worked on a copper mine. So I got really used to the desert life. Alfie, too. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam, can you do a Britannic timeline series? Absolutely. We are definitely going to do that. I might do that after the Queen Mary series when I finally have time to start working on it. But what I'm going to do is the Queen Mary. And then I'm also going to dive into I want to reread the Lusitania book called Dead Wake because it's got the most in-depth story of the Lusitania as far as the sinking. It talks about President Woodrow Wilson, the politics in New York, and just like all over the world. Room 40, it talks about all that. So I want to put all of that into a massive documentary style video on the Lusitania because if I can pull the resources from that book, I'll be able to tell the story of the Lusitania in more detail than what has been done before. So that's what I really want to start working on, but I've got to reread that book, and that's going to be a huge effort. And good question. And now I got to catch up on these chats because they start coming in. Okay, we got that one. Jack, I got that. Alfie, I just talked about the Britannic one. Okay. YouTube timestamp 5. Thank you so much. Whoa. Okay, we're good. What do you think about the rumors of the billionaire recreating the Titanic? Would you go on it if you were real? P.S. This live stream made my day. Thanks so much, YouTube. I'm glad. I'm going to start mixing it up a little bit because I've been learning all these tips from this convention on how to properly do live streams. I went to a dedicated convention today where this girl was like, this is how to do live streams. And I've been introducing myself. And actually, hang on a second. Oh. My sister made these. And I have been giving these out like crazy. I have cards. So I've been walking around using this and giving these out to people and telling them who I am and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so hang on. I have heard about that Australian billionaire wanting to recreate the Titanic. And I've talked about it before that I don't really like it because I'm all for them rebuilding parts of the ship and making it like a museum. Like if they want to build a building and have it look like the Titanic, I think that's awesome because that can tell the story of the Titanic. My button came out. Whoops. But that can tell the story of the Titanic, in an accurate way and everything. And I really like that. But if you rebuild a cruise ship and just have it look like Titanic, that's not really doing anything to further the story. That's them trying to capitalize on the name Titanic. And I don't like it. I mean, you got to remember the Titanic's a dinghy by modern day ship standards. So I just don't like it. I don't think that's the right move. But rebuilding the ship and making it a building and turn it into like a living museum, I think that's awesome. And the cutting, I see you, cutting room floor. I'll get to you in just a second. Tammy 5, thank you so much. If you were offered a trip down to see the Titanic, would you go? Love your channel. Absolutely. What do you think? If I could actually go and see my ship, I would absolutely love to go and see the Titanic and just be like, this is where it happened. Like, I know what would happen when I went there. I'd be like, okay, this is where Murdoch was. This is where Lightoller was. This is where Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee were. Like, I'd be all over the place. Like, just like, okay, let's go over here and look at this. Let's go over here and look at this. Like, hey, Charles is here. But yeah, that's what I would do. If I ever have the opportunity to go see Titanic, which I really hope I do someday, I would absolutely go do it. No questions asked. The cutting room floor, 5. Thank you so much. Why didn't you take the train to California? Oh, gosh. Okay, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of an inside joke. If you haven't seen the video, I encourage you to go watch it. But there's a video where I tried to take a train down to Florida, and I got stuck on it for 40 hours. I made an entire video about it. It was supposed to take 18 hours, and it took 40. I was about to die. So if you want to go watch that video, it is on my channel. Lowell, also, how about the German superliners? Happy Thursday, Sam. Thanks so much, Cutting Room Floor. That means a lot. Yes, I will try to get some of the German ships eventually. I think I've talked about it before, and correct me if I'm wrong. The Kaiser Wilhelm II. It's something like that. That's one German ship that I can pull off the top of my head. But yeah, I am going to try to get to those eventually. And thank you so much for the 5, Cutting Room Floor. I appreciate it, man. And whoa, we got a big super chat, 20 from I Talk Teacher. Thank you so much. 20. Boom. Thank you, man. Hey, Sam, can you add the SS Noronic to your list? It was a White Star Line ship that mysteriously disappeared. You're welcome to come and visit Halifax anytime. I Talk Teacher, I'm definitely coming to Halifax at some point. I was actually talking to a member of Mr. Beat's staff because he asked me if I knew of any unique shipwrecks that weren't that well known. And the first one that came to mind was the Atlantic. And I was telling him all about the Atlantic. I was telling him what happened to it, how it hit the rocks not far off the coast. And so then he starts asking me, like, how deep is it? Do you need all this diving equipment? I'm like, well, no, like it hit the coastline. It hit a rock just off the coast. And if you're wanting to go out there and document it, there's not much there, to document. It's a really cool shipwreck, but you have to remember it was partially salvaged. There's only small fragments of it still there. So I was talking to him about all of that today, and I even told him about the Britannic. I'm like, if you want a wow factor shipwreck, the Britannic is definitely one to go and see because it's so well preserved. Like that would be the one to go and document. I showed him some pictures. So he said he's going to talk to Mr. Beast about it. So awesome. But yes, the SS Noronic, I believe that one is already on my list and I am aware of it. And that is something that I am definitely going to cover at some point. I'm going to get to it. But next is the Mary Celeste. And then I am going to start the Queen Mary series. And I'm even planning on remastering one of my old Titanic videos. I want to redo my Charles Yelkin video because I made that video all the way back at the beginning of my channel. And I think I could do a much better job at telling his story with knowing what I know now. So that's what I'm going to do later is redo that. But I'm definitely going to get to the Noronic. And thank you so much for the super chat, man. It really means a lot. And I'll be sure to reach out to you when I get up to Halifax. I'm planning to do that in the next couple of months. So we may be meeting pretty soon. If you want to meet, of course. And hang on, here come more super chats. I need a drink. There we go. Excuse me. Ultramat 4162. Whew. Sorry, guys. There we go. Hi, Sam. Did you know that some of the Olympians' interiors are in the White Swan Hotel, Alnwick in the UK? You should make a video on it. Anything that's still in existence, and yes, I did know that. I did know that there were fragments of the Olympics still in hotels and all that stuff. Okay, mental note for the future. Water is better to drink on live than lemonade because it takes longer for lemonade to settle. But yes, I did know that there was some stuff there, and I want to go document it. So anything that is still in existence today that has anything to do with these ships, I want to go to those locations and visit them myself and talk about them, just like the Nomadic, the Nomadic is still in existence and I want to go see that. So I'm going to go see the Nomadic. I'm going to document it and talk about what happened to it. And the same thing with all the artifacts from the Olympic and the locations of the Olympic that still exist. Of course, I'm going to go see those. Thank you so much for the Ultramat. And thank you so much for the super chat, Ultramat. And I'm definitely going to go see that someday. Thank you for mentioning it. And if you live in the area, I'll probably publicly announce that I'm going to visit it, and maybe we can do a meetup then. That would be so cool if we can meet up on there. Hi, Inner History. You have a Discord? That's awesome, man. Are we all caught up on the super chats? I think we are. Devin, 5, thank you so much. Here's 5 for the amazing Olympic series. Thanks so much, Devin. That really means a lot, man. Ellen, just a little something to $5. Thank you so much, Ellen. Just a little something to thank you for all your hard work. Thanks so much, Ellen. That really means a lot. Seriously, guys, I really could not do this without all of your guys' support. And it's because of all of your guys' support and, YouTube and everything. And, a year ago when I first started this YouTube journey and everything, I mean, I think back to where I was a year ago, because this time a year ago, I was still dealing with unemployment. I was still dealing with all of that because I was still trying to figure out my way after I lost my job. And if you would have told me a year ago that I would be doing YouTube full time and that I'd be able to come out to this convention in LA and meet the people that I've been meeting and talking to and getting to know all of you guys, words cannot express how much gratitude I feel. I mean, honestly, guys, I could not do this without all of you. So just thank you, all of you. All of you, thank you so much. And of course, while I'm off talking, more super chats come in. The Indingo Show, 8, thank you so much. The Pasha Bulker beached itself in my town of Newcastle, Australia, and caused a lot of havoc. Interesting. So that's the story of it. Hang on, I need to double check and make sure. Thank you for the 8, by the way. But let me make sure that I have this more highlighted, so it's something that I will definitely look into a little bit more. Excuse me. So let's see. The Pasha Bulker Australia freighter that wrecked. Let's see. And I'm going to put you down as well for the suggestion. Make sure I get this. Nindingo hometown. All right, I've got it in the list, and I'm going to definitely make a better observation of it. And when I do make a video about it, I will be sure to mention you. Indingo, please come into my Discord and give me your name. Like, I want to know your real name and everything, or just your first name, because I'll mention that this guy lives in this town. And honestly, you should come in. And I don't know what year it happened, but if you were there when it happened, maybe I could interview you about it and you could be in one of my videos, like talking about what happened. I don't know what year it happened. I don't know if it's history, but if it's not, I'd like to get some more information about it, because where you live there, I definitely get a lot more information. So be sure you join my Discord and we will talk. TMY girl, thank you so much for the 5. No message though. I wish you would have asked a question or given me a message, but thank you so much for the 5. It means a lot. Gordon, thank you. Whoa. Hold on a second. And yes, I only saw the question for a second, but it's on the list, is my favorite catchphrase. Got to remember, I'm one man doing all this. Gordon Mooney, thank you for the 5. If you get down to South Carolina, let me know. We'll be happy to play your tour guide. Thanks so much. As far as going to South Carolina, I drive through it sometimes, but I want to go and pay another visit to the Hunley. I saw the Hunley when I was there. Oh gosh, it's probably been 10, 15 years since I saw the Hunley, but it was still in a water tank. But I'd like to go see it because I heard it's out of the tank now. So, but yes, I'm definitely going to go see the Hunley. And if you live in that area, sure, just be sure you join my Discord, because I'm pretty active on there, and I always tell people what I'm doing whenever I'm on Discord. Let's see. I think we're all caught up on the super chats. Nice. Scoop. Wait, whoa, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I just lost it. Oh, no. I saw his name was Scoop, and I just lost the question. It just disappeared. Scoop, I don't know what you were going to say, man, but I'm sorry. I was about to read it, and it just disappeared. Let's see. JDP. Hi, Sam. Why was the coil during the coal? Wait. Why was the coil during the coil fire? Oh, I think you mean coal. Why was the coal during the coal fire not directly loaded into the boilers instead of moving the coal to the port side? Well, you can only load so much coal in at once, and at that time, the Titanic was still operating. For most of the voyage, the Titanic was operating near maximum pressure. And when the ship stopped after the iceberg impact, it wasn't, it was the safety gauges or the safety valves were blowing. So that's why the steam was venting out so fast. When the ship stopped, it was still generating steam pressure like the ship would be running full steam ahead. And because that steam wasn't being directed into the engines or anything, the steam had to go somewhere, so the safety valves blew and all the steam began venting out. So you can only load so much steam in at once. And you're talking about 300 tons of coal, so I'm sure some of it went into the boilers, but not all. So they shovel the coal out, douse the fire, and move it into the portside coal bunker. That's how that all went. Got another super chat. SEK55, thank you so much, from Jonathan. Thank you. Hi, Jonathan. Do you know that the divers had discovered more and bigger holes in the hull of the MS Estonia? Really like the Olympic series, by the way. I did not know that. I did hear something that, wasn't there a recent expedition? I feel like there was. I've been seeing new pictures of it lately on YouTube and Google and stuff like that, but I didn't know there were more holes. Listen, I'm not a big believer in conspiracy theories, but for the more I learned about the Estonia, I didn't know about all these conspiracy theories at the time that I made the video, but it looks like there is definitely more to the Estonia than we originally thought. So I may have to do a follow-up video on that. I really might. Okay, I see Johnny in here. Lychee, what are you doing? Okay, let's see here. Thank you, Johnny. Are we all caught up on these? Hang on a second. Okay, I got that one from Jonathan. We got a $2 from El Chris. Thank you so much. Have you heard of the Lego Titanic model? Yes, I did. And I've already called Lego trying to see if I could get a review unit. And the girl I talked to said she didn't even know that they were making a Lego Titanic model yet. So it's probably still in the rumor mill. But if they do make one, you better believe I'm going to try to get one and do a review on it. I definitely want to do that. I have been really trying to build connections while I've been here. I've been giving out my my cards like crazy. This is the card that I use for my channel and how I've been promoting myself. And it's funny, every single time people ask me, what do? I always tell them, like, I'm a maritime historian. I make Titanic videos. And I always tell them about Charles Yelkin. Like I always tell them Charles Yelkin's story because I can tell it in like 60 seconds. Thank you so much for the 2, El Chris. I talk teacher. Hi again. Could you do the SS Solvik if don't have it yet? The SS Solvik. I'm not familiar with it. Hang on. SS Solvik. There's the Sultania. I know that one. Let's see. SS Solvik. Let's see here. The SS Solvik. SS Solvik was a steamship built by Harland and Wolff in Belfast. Solvik was the last of the Jubilee class ocean liners, built specifically along with their sister ship. I don't believe this one is on the list yet. Let's see here. Fate. Oh, she was sold for scrap, so she didn't sink. I have not heard of this one. Thank you so much for telling me about it. I will look into it. And of course, here's the traditional saying, it's on the list. But I will look at that, I Talk Teacher. I Talk Teacher, if you don't mind me asking, what country are you located in, man? Where are you from? I'm very curious to know that. Let's see here. Rest in peace, Super Chats. Brave, can you try to draw the Titanic? I can do a basic drawing, but I don't have I don't really have, I'm not home. You know, I don't have my pen and paper and all that other stuff. Oh, so I will tell you this. I have a funny story if you guys want to hear it. So I should have just went and got scissors. So I had to get COVID tested when I got here at the event. Now, one thing about me, this is a ribbon that they gave me to wear on my wrist just to say that I was COVID tested, and you still have to get COVID tested even if you have the vaccine like I did. I still had to get the test. What they did not tell me, which kind of annoyed me, is that the little thing here to hold the ribbon on and tighten it, it only goes one way. And when I first got this put on, I didn't know that, and I tightened it as full, and then I got back to the room. I was going to try to take it off. I couldn't get it off. I could not get it off. So I was pulling and pulling, and I'm like, okay, this thing's a one-way thing. And I don't like having ribbons and stuff on me when I'm not out in public and all that. So I actually ended up having to like de-thread it. The first one they gave me, I had to like de-thread it. This thing was tough. Like I could not get it off. I didn't have scissors or something, so I had to like pick it off and everything. I used like whatever I had. It was so funny. It was so funny. I'm like, y'all could have told me that this is like a one-way ribbon thing. That way I didn't have to go through all this trouble to get the stupid thing taken off. Actually, in retrospect, I probably should have just went downstairs and got some scissors and cut it off. But live and learn. That was funny. That was kind of funny. Hang on. Gio, glad you're vaccinated. Thanks so much, Gio. I think the vaccine is very important, and I think everybody should get it if they choose to, you know. Kasi 10, thank you so much. I'm a huge Queen Mary fan and have been for, where'd it go? Kasi 10, thank you so much. I'm a huge Queen Mary fan and have been the most updated I can on the ship. 7 to 8 council members voted to preserve it. I'll go more into detail in the chat. Thank you so much, Kasi, and thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate that. So you know more about it. I'm a huge Queen Mary fan and have been the most updated I can on the ship. 7 to 8 council members voted to preserve it. Great. That's awesome. I really do hope they preserve the Queen Mary. I really do hope. Brick ship, I have gotten the vaccine. That's awesome. You know, I'll just say this. Here's my whole thing on the vaccine and stuff like that. I think it is very important to get it because even though COVID isn't very dangerous to younger people, we can still spread it to people who are more susceptible to it. So I think it's very important to get the vaccine. That's why I decided to do it and everything like that. And I will warn you though, if you, at least Pfizer, I can't speak for the other one, but if you do go get the vaccine, at least the second dose, make sure you have a free day the next day because, let me tell you, I don't remember which live stream it was, But if you, the weekend, I got it on a Sunday. I got the vaccine at like 2 or 3 p.m. on Sunday. And then during my live stream, I was just deteriorating. Like, I mean, I was just starting to get tired. I was just like, I was fighting to stay awake. And then that night when I was trying to sleep, it hit. Like, oh gosh, my body got stiff and I like, oh, I didn't want to move. And then at like 5 a.m, Rosie comes in there and starts wedging me, wanting me to take her outside. And I'm like, I don't want to move. But by noon the next day, I was starting to feel better. So that's good. But yeah, just take that as a warning. You know, if you get the Pfizer shot, the second shot, at least for me, make sure you have a free day afterwards. That's what I say. Let's see here. Kristen, hello, Sam. What do you think about the first drawing of the Titanic sinking? Why the bow and stern were visible when splitting? Oh, you're talking, I didn't know what you were talking about for a second, but you're talking about Jack Thayer's drawing. So here's the thing about that. Jack Thayer later said that the Titanic did not sink in a V-break pattern. He did say that. The only reason he drew it that way was to explain the ship broke in two. It was just a concept drawing just for him to go, the ship broke in half, and this is what happened. You know, the ship broke in two. But he did later say the bow did not rise up out of the water like that. It was just how he used to explain it at the time. And of course, a certain other YouTuber, Aaron1912, ignores that little tidbit and likes to say that the ship V-broke. Whoa, whoo, whoo, there was something stuck in my throat there. Whoo, wow. Oh, I'm okay. But yeah, interesting stuff. Let's see. Rhonda, please visit the Lusitania wreck. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at. I would love to go see it someday. I would definitely really like to go see the Lusitania wreck. Let's see. Chista, who is taking care of Rosie while you're gone? My awesome parents. They are watching her. Of course, my parents are awesome. They keep telling me that Rosie keeps looking for me. It's like every night she just goes to the window and looks out, and I'm like, oh, poor baby. Leslie, you are streaming on Thursday. What? Yeah, this is just a surprise thing. This is just something I'm doing because I got some downtime from the convention. I just thought I'd go live real quick and just thought I'd come online and say hello to everybody. So that's what's going on. I'm still doing my live stream on Sunday. Nothing's changed. Blondin10, thank you so much. Speaking of COVID, I've been sick with it the last 2 weeks. Holy crap, I hope you're okay. Good grief, I'm sorry, man. I am so sorry. I have been binging Titanic movies and other ship movies. Finally got around to watching Death Ship, if you haven't seen that one. Death Ship. I'm familiar with Ghost Ship, but Death Ship? Hang on. Let's see. What is the Death Ship? Let's see. Google Death Ship. Let's take a look here. Death Ship. This looks very similar to Ghost Ship, but it's like 1980. But hang on a second. So I need to get some software or something so I can share my screen with all of you guys. Death Ship, Ghost Ship. Holy crap. I never realized that. If you compare the title screen of Death Ship to Ghost Ship, like the two movies, they look very similar. I really need to figure out how to do screen sharing. I've never looked into doing it, but I definitely want to get some software going on my YouTube thing. The Specialist, Historic Travels. You missed my super chat. Oh, you did a super chat? I did not see it. Hold on. Let me scroll back a little bit. Let me see if there was a super chat I missed. Kasi, I got that one. Oh, The Specialist. There it is. How in the world did I miss that? All right, I got you, Specialist. But Blondin, I hope you feel better, man. I'll definitely take a look at the Death Ship, and please feel better. Everybody in the chat, wish Blondin a full recovery from COVID. Blondin, feel better, man, and thank you so much for all the super chats. The Specialist 5, thank you so much. Would you ever do conspiracies like JFK, 9/11, etc.? Also, love your content. You're a great YouTuber. If you did do JFK, I don't mean political opinions. Thumbs up. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't like to do anything that I don't have anything against doing conspiracy theories. I do talk about them sometimes. You know, I did talk about the stupid switch theory with the Olympic and Titanic, which is a load of bullcrap. But I don't like to do topics that could, if I do it wrong, could offend people, or political topics. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I don't like to dive into like 9/11 and stuff like that, just because I feel like it'd be really hard to do 9/11 and make everybody happy with it, because it's a very sensitive topic. And even though it was 20 years ago, people still feel it, you know, and I really want to be respectful to everybody, you know, that's just my thing. If I did do something on JFK and everything, I wouldn't dive into the conspiracy stuff. I would just talk about the facts, talk about what happened, talk about that, because there's a lot of stories about and conspiracies about JFK. So that's a deep rabbit hole if you start to go down that field. So anyway, that's just That's my opinion on it. I may get to it. I may do some videos on JFK and stuff eventually, but you get my point. You get my point. That's just how I'm going to do it. There we go. Let's see. TD boy, have you ever heard of the horn? Have you ever heard the horn of the Queen Mary where you are right now? No, I haven't heard the horn of the Queen Mary. I don't know if they're still blowing it or if things are still going on with it, but I know I did hear it when I was on board the ship, and man, when it went off, it scared the living daylights out of me. It really surprised me. Captain Alex, I have a question regarding the Taylor. Are there any ghosts in the area? I have no idea. I actually forget where the Taylor went. Oh yeah, it was on the east coast of Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. I have no idea, but maybe there is. That would be a good video. Go and see the Taylor's wreck site and see if there are any. You just gave me an idea. Holy cow, you just gave me an awesome idea. How deep's the Taylor? It's only about 100 feet or so, right? And the hull of the ship is still more or less there, isn't it? I feel like it is. Hang on. Are there any pictures of the Taylor shipwreck? If anybody can find any really good pictures, I'm challenging everybody in the live stream and the chat. If you're in my Discord as well, if you can find me some good pictures or video of the Taylor wreck itself, please send it to me because I would like to see some good imagery of that. I think that would be an awesome video topic, like comparing other shipwrecks and stuff like that. And I may go talk to some people downstairs about it too. Let's see. Alfie, Historic Travels. There is one of the Lusitania's propellers in Liverpool, UK, which is interesting. I did hear that. I did hear that there was a propeller there. Was it the Lusitania? I think so. Send a Discord invite. Give me just a second. Let's see. Discord. It takes me a second to sign in because I'm not home on my main system. So give me just a second and I will generate an invite for everybody. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just do it. I'll post it in my community page. That way it'll be easier to find. When I conclude the live stream, I'll just put it in my community page. Let's see. Bebe, hi. I haven't been to a live stream in a long time. Glad to be back. How are you? I'm doing good, Bebe. How are you? The Salted Pig. Nice name. Historic Travels. Can you make a new Discord link? I can't join. I got kicked. Can you please make a new one? Question mark. Yes, I am going to definitely do. I'm going to post a new Discord link in my community page as soon as I wrap up this live stream. I won't forget it. I'll probably wrap up the live stream here probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I got to get back downstairs. The convention's still going. Excuse me. The convention's still going on, but we're in kind of a low period, so that's why I went live. Let's see. Kasi, the city been looking into how long to preserve. Wait, the city's been looking into how to. Oh, you're talking about the Queen Mary. How long to preserve it? And I want to build a resort adjacent to the ship. And now thinking of giving control of preserving the ship to the harbor department. Okay, I see. If they can figure out how to save the ship, I would be very pro for that. Dylan, can you make a video on the SS Normandy, which caught fire and capsized on Pier 88 in Manhattan, New York? My grandpa actually witnessed the capsizing with his friends as a kid. Really? Hang on. What was the ship? The SS Normandy. SS Normandy. Wait, it capsized? I've heard of the Normandy, but I didn't know that it... Is this the same Normandy that I'm thinking of? Yeah, the SS Normandy was a French liner. I didn't know that it caught fire and capsized, though. Fake, caught fire and capsized, scrapped in October 1940. I did not know that. The SS Normandy was a ship that I was definitely going to cover, but I did not know that. Holy cow, seriously? Are there any imagery? Are there any pictures of this? USS Levity capsized in New York Harbor. I see that on here. Wait, is that the same ship? It might be. Holy cow. All right, I'm going to look into this a little bit. Definitely look into it a little bit more. I definitely don't know that much about the Normandy and all that, but I need to learn more about it. And we got a big super chat, 20. Thank you so much from Mitchell. Thank you so much, Mitchell. Mitchell, thank you. Hi, if there was a third Lusitania class liner in service the year after the Mauretania, that was the first class only. Wait, if there was a third Lusitania class liner in service the year after the Mauretania, that was a first class only Palace with only 1,000 passengers. Do you think the ship would be financially viable on the transatlantic route? Okay, I think I understand what you're saying here. I think I know what you're asking. So here's the thing. Even though first class and second class tickets were the most expensive and the most luxurious accommodations on ships, you know, like the Titanic or whatever, that wasn't where the money was. On these ships, most of your money was from steerage, you know, in third class. That's where a majority of the bulk of income was. So I don't think any company would make a first class only vessel at that period. You know, I think because immigration was the big business at the time. You know, immigration was booming, and that was how people made money. You know, that's how these shipping companies made money. So I don't think a ocean liner company like White Star, Cunard, whatever, would put in the resources to make a dedicated Haha, very funny pen prop. But I don't think they would put in the resources to do a dedicated first class only ship. I don't think it would be financially viable. You know, I mean, I'm sure they'd make money on it, but they'd make just as much to build a traditional ship and, you know, have first class, second class, third class. So that is my thing. Olivia 5, thank you so much. Sorry I'm late. Can you tell us about the sub by the Queen Mary? I didn't know there was one. I wish I could, but I don't know anything about it. I know it's there, but as far as what it is, its history, whatever the whole story is around it, I don't know. I've never researched it. I need to look into it a little bit more, but thank you so much for the, actually, you know what, here, you did, I'm going to try it. Let's see. What is the sub by the Queen Mary? I'm totally not Googling it right now. It's the Scorpion, a Russian Foxtrot class submarine known as the Scorpion, sits next to the Queen Mary, a former Soviet submarine that became a tourist attraction docked adjacent to the Queen Mary in Long Beach. It's expected to be sold to an anonymous buyer with plans to remove the rusting sub by mid-May. Okay, so it says they're going to remove it by mid-May, but this article was published November 19th, 2019. So yeah, that didn't happen. That submarine is in horrible, horrible shape when you compare it to the Queen Mary. Indra, hello from India. Hello again. Hello from Los Angeles, California. I hope you're doing well. Man, there's 211 people in here. Holy cow. I did not think we would have such a big audience in here in the middle of the day on Thursday. So this is awesome, guys. Do you guys like me doing these early live streams? Would you guys like me to do 2 live streams and stuff more often? Would you guys like me to do this? Oh my gosh, look who just showed up. It's one of my longest viewers, Backyard Garage. I haven't seen you in a while. I remember you from way back. Backyard Garage. For those of you who don't know, Backyard Garage gave me my idea for my very first fan video. It was my video on what if, would the Titanic have survived a head-on collision with the iceberg? That was Backyard Garage. Welcome to the stream, man. It's good to have you back. Let's see. Love it. Yes, 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 please. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right. I am going to try to do more live streams. I might try to do 2 a week every now and again, but the big thing is I don't want to burn myself out. So it's just going to be kind of a random thing. No matter what, we are going to have a live stream on Sundays, Sunday evenings. But I may try to squeeze in another live stream sometime during the week and earlier so more people around the world can watch. So this was a complete impulse thing. You know, I had no plans to do a live stream today. I was just going to do the convention. Then I got back to the room and I'm like, I had a little bit of a dull period. And I'm like, what can I do? Oh, you know what? I'm going to go live. So that's all it was. Maritime history, historic travels. Do you know the El Faro? It was a cargo ship trapped and sank in a hurricane in 2015. I feel like I've heard the name. Let's see. El Faro. Let's see. Wait, that's not right. Apparently there's a place here in LA called, oh yeah, I've looked this up before. So somebody's told me about it. Fate sank in a hurricane October. I believe this one's already on the list, but I don't remember it. Anyway, I'm going to re-add it again, but I have searched it before. I can see it in my search history. So let's put this in, bada bing, bada boom, and paste, and it's on the list. It's on the list. Let's see. Bruce, live stream only if we can have Rosie. Well, I don't have Rosie here in LA, but since you guys want to see Rosie, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to find a picture of her and show her to you guys. So here is Rosie. And tell me something, guys. So this is a question for my chat. Do I spoil her? Do I spoil her? I found her asleep on my couch, so I put a blanket on her and I put a pillow under her head. Do I spoil this dog? What do you guys think? Can you guys hear all that talking outside my door? Can you guys hear all that? That just goes to show you that these rooms are not that soundproof. That's why I'm talking kind of soft. So what do you think? Do I spoil that dog? Do I spoil her? And I see these super chats. I'll get to them in just a second, guys. Yes, 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 yes. She is, hang on. I'll get to your $5 super chat. I think there was 2 super chats. Yep, Indingo and Chris, I will get to your super chats in just a second, but I really want to show you guys this picture if I can find it. This is of Rosie when she was a baby. If I can find this picture, give me just a second. I wasn't planning to do this on this live stream, so I have to really go back into my history on my phone. I might not be able to find it. Come on, where is it? This isn't this she's not a puppy here, but this is a good picture of Rachel with Rosie. I really like that picture. Rosie's such a baby. She is such a mess. All right, let's get back to those super chats. Indingo, please link me to your Discord. I will. I'm going to post it in my community page as soon as I close out the live stream. Chris Clark 5, thank you so much. Video on the Lusitania shipwreck, question mark. I'd love to see a breakdown on how it hit the seafloor, damage received, the impact occurrence. A dedicated video on why the wreck of the Lusitania is in such bad shape. What happened to the Lusitania? Oh, I really like that idea. That is a great idea. Wait, who was that? Chris Clark. Thank you so much for the 5, man. Hang on. Okay. That is an excellent idea. Talk about what happened to the Lusitania. Why is the wreck of the Lusitania in such bad shape? I got it. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome. Holy cow. Thank you so much for that great idea, man. That's awesome. Let's see. Don't worry, Sam. If Rosie needs a, if it's Rosie, then she needs to be spoiled. Rosie is the most spoiled rotten dog. Like there was one day, I think I've told this story before, but I was running behind. I was trying to get a video up that evening and I was trying to edit and everything. And then she, no joke, goes to the door and starts whining if she wants to go for a walk. That happened last Sunday as well. And she's just sitting there by the door going, and she just whines. She just whines. And then if I'm upstairs in my attic filming, she'll just sit at the door and start barking and stuff like that. I mean, or she'll come upstairs and start wedging me like you've seen in some of my bloopers. Rosie is the biggest baby. She is the baby, but I love her. She's my spoiled rotten baby. Let's see. Joshua, I think it was depth charge. I've heard that stuff too about the Lusitania. Let's see. Titanic. British government bombed the wreck to hide secrets. I've heard that, but I've also heard that maybe during the Second World War, the sonar image of the Lusitania, certain British ships might have confused that with U-boats. So I've heard that too. Wait, did ships have sonar back then? Hang on. When did sonar? What's this? Okay, so guys, my dad is watching the live stream right now, and he just sent me this picture of my brother with Rosie when she was a newborn. Like this is right when we got her. So that's my brother, and that's Rosie when she was 8 weeks old. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh my gosh, I sound like such a parent, don't I? And there she is. Seriously, like when I talk about her, I sound like such a parent. Like, oh, look at you. Good grief. But hang on a second. When did sonar come out? I'm curious. When did sonar become active in ships? The first recorded use of this technique was, wait, what? Leonardo da Vinci had sonar? He used a tube inserted into water to detect vessels by ear. Oh, so it's a primitive version. It was developed in World War I to counter submarine warfare, and it was in use by 1918. Wow, I didn't know that. Crazy. I did not know that. Ellen, I love that pic of your brother and Rosie. That's awesome. She is so adorable. Hang on, I got to find this. Okay, so I'm going to have to show you guys the image on camera and everything. And I'm going to apologize for the quality of what I'm about to show you. The quality is terrible. But I have a video of Rosie when I just got her. She was a newborn and everything. We just got her home. And my parents have a very small dog named Penny. You've seen her in my live streams before. And Rosie was smaller than Penny. Rosie was smaller than Penny. And she was actually, here it is, I found it. So she was actually messing with Penny. So hang on. That's just, guys, remember, I apologize for the quality. But this is Rosie as a baby. If I can get that on. I don't know if you guys can see it. But look, there's Rosie. She is such a little thing. Hang on. Look at that. Look how good. Here she goes. Penny's the white dog. She's like, no, we're not doing this. And Rosie just wants to play. So that's Rosie as a 8-week-old puppy. Isn't she a mess? Let's see. Doctor Who. Sam, why are there no photos of the kind of light ship, light shipwreck, the one that caused the RMS Olympic to sink? I'm quite sure it was found. Please notice this. I have no idea. I would imagine the ship recovered. Let's see. What? I'd have to look into that a little bit. Maybe the shipwreck was pulled up. Maybe it was. Maybe they recovered it and lifted it, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. I'd have to look into that a little bit. But good question, by the way. I'm very curious about that. Mr. Lusitania, warning, video idea. What if the Titanic had a gash to boiler room 1? She would have made it, you know. The Titanic could handle 2 water tank compartments anywhere else along the hull, but she could only handle the first 4 compartments for each at the very front. So if the Titanic had a gash in boiler room number 1, she'd make it. I need to do a video talking about that. How the Titanic could have handled iceberg damage in other sections of the hull. Oh yeah, and in case you guys didn't know, it's like I do is whatever I'm thinking, I just I look up at the wall or look up at the ceiling. It's like I just do that when I'm thinking sometimes. Titanic thinker, she is so cute. Love Rosie. That's awesome. Thank you. Linda, could you please do more live streams as I am from the UK, so our time zones are different? Yeah, I usually do live streams on Sunday nights at 7:30, and I'm not going to change that. But on occasion, I may do this more often, like do live streams during the day like I'm doing. Like there's 200 people in here right now. And this live stream was kind of an experiment just to see how much traction I would get because I honestly didn't think I'd get that many viewers, where this is not my normal time. So, but hey, yeah, I'm definitely going to do live streams more often. It won't be, I'm not going to dedicate myself to doing 2 live streams a week, but on occasion I will. I'm going to do it like that. I don't want to burn myself out. Backyard garage. If they had a modern welding technology, do you think the Titanic could have been saved? You have to remember the Titanic was built with the best abilities at the time. And look at what happened to the Costa Concordia. Modern ship, and it didn't have anywhere near as much damage as Titanic, but it still sank. Now, granted, if the Titanic was damaged like Costa Concordia was, it would still sink. But iceberg, rock, no matter how well you build a ship, it depends on how you hit it. And the way the Titanic hit that iceberg, the damage was just unimaginable. It was unimaginable how much damage it did to the Titanic. So I don't think so. Battleship fan, attention, video idea. The unknown story. Do you like how much I build up your message? Attention. Because that's you trying to get my attention. The unknown story of the 4 Greek Titanic passengers. The 4 Greek Titanic. I don't know anything about them, but I will definitely add that to the list. Interesting. The 4 Greek Titanic passengers. All right, I will definitely look into that. There was my phone going off. No. Okay. There we go. We got that. Okay, let me see here. Zan, can you do a full timeline on Britannic? We are definitely going to get to that. YouTube. Hey, Sam, could you make a video on the MV Goya? By the way, check your Discord. My name is Joseph. I believe somebody's asking that before, and I believe it's on the list. So I'm going to try to get to that, but hang on, let me double check. Let's see here. MV Goya. All right, I went ahead and re-added it just in case, but I will look into it. Thank you for the question. Eden, hi from Italy. Hello from LA. Lee, can you do a video on the proposed White Star liner, the MV Oceanic 3, and how she would have compared to the RMS Queen Mary? It's going on the list. T-shirt idea. That's definitely something I need to do. It's on the list. I was actually thinking about making an announcement video and doing some kind of like everybody who's got my merch, like it's got a T-shirt or sticker or anything. Like send me like a picture or something of you with that merch or whatever, and then I was gonna do like a thank you video, and I was gonna do a video of all the fans and all that. I was really thinking about that. And you know what else I just completely forgot? Oh yeah, the Oceanic 3. Yeah, I might do that. Talk about the proposed liner. And correct me if I'm wrong. This is a question for the chat. They did start construction on that ship, right? But after the Cunard White Star merger, they scrapped it. Am I right? I believe I'm right. I believe I am right about that. Let's see. Please tell me this. Okay, we're good. Okay. I grabbed this water from the table, and this is water that was in my room. And my first thought was, I hope I didn't just grab water that I have to pay for. And I'm like, okay, whew, complimentary. So we're good. I don't like paying for hotel room water. And I reached over and I grabbed, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I did something wrong. And I did see somebody say, why am I in LA? I'm here for a convention called Vid Summit. It's a big event for YouTubers and all that. A bunch of big YouTubers are here. Mr. Beast is here. I didn't talk to Mr. Beast, but I met his brother and one of his, I think it was one of his managers. We got another super chat from Nostalgic. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you too. This is why we all love you. The amount of interaction is surpassed by no one. Thanks so much, man. Question. What if the Titanic was found much earlier? So here's something interesting, and I don't know if it's true. I haven't researched it, but I did hear a rumor that maybe the Titanic was accidentally discovered before Robert Ballard found it. Now, I don't know anything about it, but what I heard was that maybe it showed up on a Navy sonar or something like that. Again, I don't know how true it is, but it would all depend on the time period and everything, and it would still make international news. I did hear, though, that in 1912 or 1913, like right after the ship sank, there were already plans to try to locate the Titanic, but they just couldn't at the time. There was nowhere near the technology. Maritime, my mug should arrive tomorrow. Awesome, Maritime. But yeah, I think that I did hear that they were planning to try to find it as early as 1912, 1913. And I don't know if it's true, but this is what I read. I read that members of the families were wanting to try to bomb the wreck of the Titanic and blow the ship apart so that if there were any dead bodies inside the ship, that maybe they would float up to the surface and be able to be retrieved. I believe they were wanting to do that, like to try to save some of the like wealthy passengers that went down with the Titanic, like some of the first class passengers. Some of their families were wanting to fund this to try to go and get them. That's what I read. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true or not. I know it never happened. I know they never tried it, but interesting read. All right, everybody. I am going to close out the live stream probably in the next 5 minutes or so. I've got to go. The event should be starting to kick back up again here in the next 20 minutes or so. So I need to head back down there. So I'll take a couple of more questions and all that, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday. And I'm definitely going to make a video about Bid Summit. Battleship Fan 2004. They were planning to do that with John Jacob Astor. Okay, that's who it was. That's who it was. I couldn't remember exactly, but that's who it was. Wait, hang on a second. Oh. You guys are never gonna let me live that down. Okay. Emily just said, can you tell us the tragedy of the MS MacBook? Okay, I'm actually tearing up a little bit with that one. A laptop that sunk earlier this year. Okay, so it was a very sad story. The SS MacBook or MS MacBook, yeah, it was a laptop built in 2015. She served her time well, helped me get through college, was my primary travel work computer. I did everything with that computer. And then all of a sudden, one night, the person using the computer, aka Sam, stood up to go and get a power cord because the battery was dying. And then when he did that, he accidentally spilled a cup of sweet tea all over the computer. The computer was state of the art. It had 16 watertight compartments, and all the watertight compartments were compromised. The MacBook / ship. Can you call a MacBook a ship? You know what? The MacBook can a MacBook float? Probably not. Anyway, the MacBook was compromised. The sugar flooded the compartments and damaged the circuitry, and there was no hope. There was no hope for there was no hope for the MacBook. Much efforts were made to try to save it, to no avail. Rest in peace, MacBook. How was that? How was that for a very dramatic story of the MacBook? I completely just made that up. Okay, I completely just made that up. All right, guys. So I'm probably just a 005. How did it even fall over? Basically, what happened was I noticed my battery was about to die, and I stopped to go get it. And I had this tablecloth at the bottom of my table, and I stood up, and my shirt or pants or whatever bumped it and scooted the cloth a little bit, and then that caused the cup to fall. And what happened? I didn't see it fall, and I didn't even know it had happened. And the cup fell right onto the keyboard. So all that tea, all that sugar, everything went into the computer and just fried everything. And when I got back, the computer was still working because it takes time for liquid damage to spread around and stuff. So I'm like, maybe it just spilled onto the table and it didn't get into the computer. And then I told the live stream, if I go offline, you guys know why. And then I just kept going on with the live stream, and then boom, the computer just died. The computer just died. It was and I'm like, guys, if I go offline, you know what? And then I froze. I'm like, you guys know what? And then boom, the screen went dead. That was so funny. That was so funny. All right, guys. I'm going to do one more question, and then I'm going to wrap up the live stream because I got to get back downstairs. Dogs and computers have little to do with shit, but come on, it's family. Harvester, did you see the documentary Ghost of the Abyss? Yes, that is one of the best documentary films about the Titanic that I've ever seen. And when I saw those lead glass windows still in perfect condition, that blew my mind. And what's really crazy to me, and that they were talking about it in the film, was that James Cameron and his crew were in a submarine on the deck of the Titanic when 9/11 happened. So they're sitting there talking about this horrible disaster from 100 years ago and just trying to imagine the shock, the awe, like try to understand what everybody felt at the time. And then when they came up and they learned about 9/11, they were like, "Oh my gosh." Like it was just like something worse than Titanic had just happened. And it was just like they understood what was they understood that shock, that feeling, like how rough it was, and like they could actually imagine what it was like for all the people when they learned about Titanic. And they just the way they talked about it, I mean, it's just crazy, that they were in this submarine. They were in a submarine sitting on the shipwreck from 100 years ago, or disaster. It was 2001 when they were there. So, 90 years at that time. And then they come up, and then this horrible event, greater loss of life than Titanic. It's hard to imagine. Horrible, horrible. Both of those disasters were absolutely terrible. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for showing up to this surprise live stream. I cannot believe I was live for an hour. That's crazy. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back live Sunday at 7:30. If I can, I will try to get another video up this week. Just stand by for that. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And I will see you guys in the next one. The next video will be coming out very soon, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.